Hey guys, MMA Savant here, and I'm just going to do a quick video on the UFC Fight Night TEIXEIRA versus Evans card. I normally do this on my computer, but I'm going to do it on the phone here. It's my first time using this camera on my cell phone here, so I'm trying to figure out where the lens is. I don't know where to look. So anyway, um, so as I usually do my videos, I'm going to do the who and the how. I'm not going to do the whole card. I'm just going to do the ones that are interesting to me and hopefully the rest of the fans. There's a lot of filler on this card, but so let's get into it. I'm going to give you the who and the how. I don't typically do a lot of I don't regurgitate a lot of facts to you guys. A lot of people do that, and it makes for a great video. But I do quick videos just to put them out there, and my videos are kind of like a Sparks Notes or a Cliffs Notes of a well in-depth video. So let's get into it. I have John Dodson, or the first fight I want to talk about is Johnny Dodson versus Manny Gambarian. I have John Dodson to win this fight by pretty much any way except for maybe submission. Manny Gambarian's got that Armenian highest on grappling with Karo Parisian and all them guys down there in SoCal. A submission over him is not going to happen unless it's a submission by tapping the strikes, or he is just completely rocked and they catch him in something. So I have John Dodson to win by TKO, KO, by stoppage. Anyway, my next one I want to talk about is Cub Swanson. He's taking on Hakran Diaz, and Hakran Diaz is got some pretty good wins. His only losses that I remember are to Nick Lentz and Ricardo Lamas. So that's pretty good resume right there. And Cub Swanson's coming back after a long layoff and kind of a bad skid in his career over Frankie Edgar and what's the kid's name from Hawaii, Max Holloway and stuff. And he left MMA or retired and started doing like some micro brew. He did his own beer line for a while. I don't know if it's still going on, but so his heart, he hasn't really been focused on mixed martial arts too long. And while I'm a bigger fan of Cub Swanson, I got to pick Hakran Diaz by decision, all things considered. Okay, then you have Court McGee, who's a longtime veteran of the UFC. They've got a great record. He's out of the Pit Elevated Fight Team up there in Utah. It's part of John Hackleman's, a system of gyms he's got. He's taking on the Argentinian Santiago Ponzinibbio. Santiago Ponzinibbio is a good fighter. It's a good matchup, but I just don't see him doing anything besides maybe catching him with a high head kick out of the blue that Court McGee hasn't seen before. So I'm going to go Court McGee by decision. Okay, let's move this over. There we go. Then we have Betch Correia is taking on Rocky Pennington. Rocky Pennington is coming off of a win in a rematch over Jessica Andrade. She finished her, and Betch Correia has only had one loss in her mixed martial arts career, and that was to Ronda Rousey, where she was knocked out in the first round. But she is, other than that, she's undefeated. This fight here is a complete coin toss, so I don't want to talk about it really. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to go on. I'm going to pick Betch Correia by decision. Now this one here, the next one is Beneil Dariush taking on Michael the Maverick Chiesa. And my good buddy JD over there at Best MMA Picks is not going to like what I'm about to say, but hopefully we can remain best friends. And I'm going to go ahead and pick Beneil Dariush to beat Michael the Maverick Chiesa. And to show deference and respect, I'm going to say by decision. I trust that Michael Chiesa will not get finished by Beneil Dariush. Fun fact about Dariush. Hopefully this is what I'm saying is correct. I've heard this before, but he did 70 grappling tournaments in a row, and he placed first, second, or third, gold, silver, or bronze in every single one of them. So that tells you the type of high caliber grappler he is. He has a black belt under Javier Cordero, and he's I forget what they call that, a black belt maybe, or a black rope under him in his Muay Thai system. So his last fight, he's got some big wins. He did beat Michael Johnson, but that was a gift from the judges. I had Michael Johnson winning that all day long. But anyway, I have Beneil Dariush to beat Michael Chiesa. Yeah. So sorry, JD. Hopefully we can still do a collaboration video like we do. Now we have Thug Rose is taking on Tisha Torres in a rematch. While Tisha Torres probably has the advantage, what's it called, in the striking or whatever, I see Thug Rose being on too high of a dog hair. Thug Rose being on too high of a level right now. She's really honed her craft and really sharpened her skill set. I like her to beat Tisha Torres. I'm going to say submission early in the third round. Okay, Khabib Nurmagomedov is coming back after a very, very long layoff due to knee injuries, and he's taking on a late replacement feller called Daryl Horcher, who is 13-1, but he's never beat anybody who was any more than a regional guy. That doesn't mean it's not a knock on him. It's just the way it is. And Nurmagomedov, if it wasn't for his layoff right now, he would probably be the champion at 155. I know anything's possible in this game, but Nurmi by I'll say stoppage in the first round. No, I'll say second round, just in case Khabib takes it easy and doesn't overexert himself in fear of blowing out the knee again. And then he ramps it up and escalates into the second round. Okay. Then we have a fight that nobody asked for, a rematch between Lyoto Machida and Dan Henderson, two legends of the sport. Lyoto Machida, he's elusive. He's all the things that people always talk about him. In and out motion, sidestep, side kick, hard to hit, all the typical conversational fodder for a Lyoto Machida conversation. And Dan Henderson, he does rely on his wrestling, and his wrestling to use his anti-wrestling to avoid takedowns. He really relies on that H-bomb. I just don't see Lyoto Machida being static and standing in the right place at the right time for long enough time for the H-bomb to land. I have Machida by decision. Now to the main event here, we have Glover Teixeira is stepping up on short notice to face Rashad Evans, who was supposed to fight. Who was he supposed to fight? Shogun. Now Shogun's been replaced. An injury or something happened with Shogun. Now he's fighting Corey Anderson on a different card. And now it's going to be Rashad Evans, who's coming off a loss to Ryan Bader by decision. And Glover Teixeira is coming off of a win over, I believe OSP was his last fight. That was a submission. Choked him out late in the third by a rear naked, I believe. Hey guys, so in the comments below, if anything I say is wrong, please let me know. Everything I say is out of my memory. I don't have a computer here right now, and this is what I'm working off of. Okay, so you know, and it works for me, and it's good enough for me. MMA Savant, you know, I should know with a silly name like that. I should know, you know, I have a pretty good memory on facts and figures and everything. Anyway, Glover Teixeira is a black belt, second-degree black belt in jiu-jitsu, and he's a former member of the Brazilian national wrestling team. While his wrestling is not on Rashad Evans' level by any capacity, his grappling most definitely is. I don't. Okay, now both men are black belts in jiu-jitsu. Hold your laughter, please. Rashad Evans doesn't have any submission wins or any really submission attempts that I can think of. And he does, I've never found any footage of him training in the gi or without the gi or any competition experience. But because, who was it? Halls Gracie handed him a black belt. He is technically a black belt, and he's also a black belt under that weird Gaido Jitsu system over there at Greg Jackson's camp. So not to knock it. I know he could out grapple me, but whatever. Glover Teixeira is a legit black belt, second degree with Abu Dhabi. I believe he was a bronze medalist at ADCC. And their grappling games are on different levels. While in comparison of the two, Rashad has better wrestling in the wrestling aspect of grappling. Glover Teixeira has better submissions, better scrambles, better exchanges, better escapes, better control. I'll give equal control to that one. Probably lean towards a wrestler because that's what their bread and butter is. I like Glover to... Anyway, blah, blah, blah. I like Glover to win this fight. Stoppage late in the second round over Rashad Evans. If you haven't got a chance to watch the build-up fight that shows him training, it's pretty good. You have a lot of insight into Rashad Evans' personal life I had no idea about. You know, respect to him. You know, that's a hard thing to go through, I'd imagine. And anyway, so those are my picks, guys. I have Johnny Dotson to beat Manny Gambarian. I have Cub Swanson. I have Hakon Diaz to beat Cub Swanson. I have Court McGee to beat Santiago Ponzinibbio by decision. I have Betchy to beat Rocky Pennington, decision. But again, on that one, it's a coin toss. I have Dariush to beat Michael Chiesa. Respect to MMA, best MMA picks, my man JD. You know, we love you over here. Thug Rose is going to beat Tisha Torres, submission. Nurmagomedov is going to beat Daryl Horcher, second round. Lyoto Machida will beat Dan Henderson by decision, and Glover Teixeira to finish Rashad Evans. Okay, guys, this is MMA Savant. Those are my picks. Leave a comment below. Subscribe if you would like to. I also have I'm on the Twitter as my name is at best, or no, and that's the other guy at MMA Savant, at MMA_Savant at Twitter or on Twitter or whatever how you say it. Anyway, I'm not very good with technology. So yeah, those are my picks, guys, and thank you for watching my video here, and let me know what you think. MMA Savant, and I'm out.